Hey guys, today we'll be going over my recent Bay Area mega clothing haul, and I'm going to be detailing how that went. So stay tuned.
Welcome to the Reseller Niche Podcast, a show for e-commerce buyers and sellers where we investigate unique items being bought and sold and show you how research equals knowledge equals profit.
Okay, welcome back. So this weekend, I made a last-minute trip to the Bay Area. I had been planning to go down there for this actual haul that I'm going to talk about here, but I wasn't planning on going this fast. I was actually going to probably leave today, but anyways, long story short, my mom's shower exploded in her bathroom, so we went down there to see if we could do anything, so we wouldn't have to outlay a big plumbing bill. But so I went down there on Saturday, and we ended up being able to figure out what the issue was. Long story short, again, we couldn't fix it. So we got somebody to come in and fix some broken pipes that were there. But since I was there, I figured, okay, let's call up this guy and see if I can move this haul forward and pick up everything I needed. I had my van empty and I was ready to go. So we had originally talked about, let me pull up my notes here, 500 pieces, 14 boxes, mainly clothing, a few action figures. And we had discussed around 300 was what he was asking for. So walked over there. It was literally walking distance. So that was good. And I took a look at everything first. I just wanted to see, what we're talking about. It actually looked like more than what we had discussed in terms of items. 14 boxes, yes, but there was a lot of stuff kind of on the sides. It was really messy. They're moving. So I went back, got my van, came back later that day, and we started going through it, and it was literally like box after box after box on top of the 14 boxes. So it was more than just that when I went back there. They were just happy to get rid of a lot of the stuff. I'm guessing that it's about 700 total pieces. Still 99% clothing, but the rest is kind of miscellaneous stuff, and I'll kind of go through that in a bit. But I'm really excited about the types of clothing that I got. There is a lot of filler in there, a lot of junk, but for the price, I thought it was a great deal. So anyways, so the main stuff I've started to go through since I brought it all back, going through it in my mom's garage actually before I came back from the Bay Area. The main thing that I found was 67 pieces of Patagonia. Now, these are mainly used. I think there are maybe 3 new pieces, but all in great condition. A lot of it actually still has laundry tags on it, and it was a mixture of kind of long sleeve, short sleeve, workout type gear. 67 total pieces. On top of that, there was 2 boxes of North Face. It was 45 total pieces, 3 jackets, like full long, I don't know what they are, skiing type jackets. I have to look up the model numbers. And then like 3 or 4 hoodies in there as well, nice thick ones. And these are all in good condition. Then there was also some, I guess he likes to golf a lot. There was a lot of FootJoy stuff, about 10 pieces, just nothing that fancy, but just kind of regular golf, FootJoy golf shirts, mainly half sleeve, I think. And then 17 jerseys. The jerseys are a mixture. There's a lot of hockey jerseys, some basketball jerseys, and some kind of, I don't know what they are actually. I have to double check. And then there's some soccer jerseys in there too, 1 or 2. So I need to, 17 total pieces. So of the stuff that I'm starting to picture already, it was, one thing I left out. The first thing I did when I brought everything back was to sort out all the unbranded, kind of less desirable stuff. I found about 130 total pieces. mainly shirts, some pants, shorts. They're all in good condition. They're in donatable condition, I would call them, but unbranded, like no name brands. So I lotted that up. It's about 130 pieces, one pair of shoes, like dress shoes, I think, and then some other stuff, jackets, shorts, mainly shirts. I'm going to try and get rid of that first, just as a whole lot. And then it's pretty heavy too. I haven't weighed the box yet, but it's giant. So it's probably going to be multiple boxes. I'm going to do that locally just to get rid of it. So that was 130 pieces. So out of the stuff that I've actually counted, I've got 269 pieces so far. So originally we were talking about 500. So it's 269 pieces so far that I've actually counted and begun to take pictures of. Other than that, I separated everything else into boxes. I haven't counted what's in those boxes, but just so I know, when I go to picture them, what is what. Let me go through that really. The next biggest lot, I would say, in this haul was Nike stuff. It was mainly Nike Dry Fit t-shirts and Nike golf shirts. About 100 pieces. There's like 2 or 3 boxes full of these things. A lot of the same shirt, like there's like 3 or 4 black Nike golf shirts, 3 or 4 yellow Nike Dry Fit shirts, that kind of thing. Also, there's 10 hats, a canvas poster, 5 Harley Davidson pieces, and then a lot of Under Armour type clothing. I'm not the biggest fan of Under Armour stuff, especially since the value's really dropped. But a lot of that, I'd say about 100 pieces. Another 100 or so random t-shirts, concert tees, sporting event t-shirts, just random t-shirts. And then maybe another 20 random items, some toys, some just random things. I might just donate those. But all in all, I'm looking at about 700 pieces total, give or take. So better than the 500. And best of all, I was able to negotiate down from $300 to $200 total. And I tried to get as much as I could on video, but it was really cramped in there. So the negotiation part on that was tough because we were both wearing masks and you couldn't really hear it. We had already talked about it over the phone anyway. Usually what I do is I go in there with a number and then I'll usually say something like, well, we'll take a look and we'll kind of see what happens when we get there, if there's more or less stuff. So he was really good about it. He was just looking to get rid of everything. So he threw out the number 200, and I said, oh, okay, that sounds good. That's better than 300. I could have pushed harder, but I bought from the same person before, and he's a good guy, so I didn't feel like pushing him too hard. I didn't think that was fair, especially since all this stuff generally looked really clean. Like I said, a lot of laundry tags, it was all boxed or bagged. A lot of it was spilling out of those boxes, but still, I've seen a lot of these hauls where I picked up stuff at hauls where it's kind of all over the place and really gross. It wasn't the case this time. So I was really, really happy about that. First thing, like I said, I'm targeting is to get rid of that non-branded stuff. I have a big lot that's already listed, actually, pictured and everything. But if that doesn't move fast, I just want to get it out of here. I'm just going to maybe put it on Facebook Marketplace or something. Just get it out of here because it's just taking up room that I don't really have. So I want to get started on listing the other stuff, especially the Patagonia and like the jerseys, and see how this goes. What I think I'm going to do with this haul, and I know this is difficult because I'm talking about it here without pictures. I'm going to see if I can put as much as I can on Instagram so you at least see some of it. And then I'm going to see if I can itemize it and break it down and see how fast I recoup my $200 and how well I do. Because that's kind of how, I'm moving forward. I want to see how is my money being spent. And then right now it looks, I mean, I don't know if I can say 700 divided. See, if you were to say 700 divided by 200 comes out to 30 cents, 28 cents, something like that, I'm guessing. I doubt that I'm going to sell all of it, but I'm pretty sure I can make, let's see here, at least 1,000 off this, and conservatively. Let's say I take 500 pieces times. Yeah, I mean, I'm being super conservative. To be honest, I need to go back over and take a look at this. I could be making a lot more than this, actually. Well, I guess we'll see. So I thought I'd just give you an update on that. It's kind of a short podcast just to kind of go over that. But I'd love to hear what you guys have been doing. I personally wasn't looking to source clothing. Q4, I usually push towards hard goods until January. And then I start picking up, clearance and discounted stuff in the beginning of the year. But I couldn't pass this one up, especially since he was moving. So it was going to go to landfill anyway if it didn't go to me. So what have you guys been sourcing? How's it been going? Are you finding, I'm sure if I can find this kind of deal, I'm sure you're finding way better ones. I'd love to hear about it. If you can leave us a message on our Anchor page, you can leave a voice message, and I'd really, really love to hear any questions, comments, responses that you have. But until then, why don't you see if you can drop by our Facebook page, Reseller Niche Help, and I'll see if I can update the YouTube page also. But if not, check out our other podcasts. And until then, thanks for listening to the Reseller Niche podcast. Have a good one. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Reseller Niche Podcast. Show notes and social media links are located at resellerniche.com. Please comment, rate, and subscribe to us on iTunes or YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.